help you. You know, the bank isn't accepting your money. The bank's saying they're not processing the order, and then they raise the price.
Yep, it's $40 now. So
I'm like, I'm out. I'll just go to Restream for free.
Unlimited check hours. It out. See if it's better for my uses than this.
Well, it's going to be better for your pocketbook, that's for sure.
Can't be worse. So we'll see.
That's how I do all my shows.
All right. Have to transfer all my music to that one, but that should be easy enough.
Yeah, it is really easy.
Thank you. I guess that needed to be on the floor. Do you feel you need to be part of the stream?
I thought I heard Cal there. Real low.
I don't.
Can't hear him at all.
Oh, there's something.
I can't hear him at all. I don't have any way to edit his mic. I can only edit mine. So whatever his problems are in his thing, just use text to type. Get out of there. To get child locks for this cat. All right. So you want to wait for Cal or start without him? Probably should wait for him.
Give him a few minutes. I wonder if it's the down thing where the windows have the input for your audio. Down the right, you know, if he's using Windows, I assume.
Under settings?
Yeah, you know, like the where it has a little microphone and stuff and all that on the right-hand corner where, you know, you can click it and it has the input values.
Oh, for Microsoft or for StreamYard?
For Microsoft. I'm just trying to guess. I'm trying to guess what might be the issue. Or his microphone might not. See, I'm just looking at mine. Allow access. So that's
microphone access needs to be on. Yes.
That's just
for just basic. If he's running Windows, if he's running Apple, I don't know. And then for StreamYard, it's in settings. You have to go to audio and settings, and put it to the name of the whatever you're using. Mine is just back, you know, the default because I haven't got myself a new one. I need to, but I'm cheap. Yeah, hello, viewers. We'll start as soon as Cal fixes his comptometer sound. So let's just have a little recap while we're waiting for Caliber. Since we're a few episodes deep into the series. Oh, well, we lost our viewers, so never mind. Get you guys. We apologize for technical difficulty. We appreciate anybody who takes time out of their day to listen to us blab and talk about games and be dumb in the wastelands. For anybody who wants to follow along, the name of the adventure is The Dragon Demands from Paizo. And it is mashed together with Frog God Games' Slumbering Tsar. And the party has reached Fort Bill, which is right there at the crossroads. Over there is the Slumbering Tsar. Down there is some wastelands. And over here is big ghost town. And up there's the Boiling Lands and Chaos Rifts and all sorts of other fun, groovy, dark, goofy stuff. And we have 2 World War II vets. Oh, we just lost Cal.
Maybe going to try to reboot or something.
A time-lost elf from the land of Shadowrun, and a normal guy from the land of IKEA. We're all trudging along in this weird world, trying to, I don't know, save people and be heroes and accumulate stuff and crash their Jeep. We're short one player. Oh, we lost our one viewer. Guess they expect more action.
They're just a tease.
Just a tease. It's the ghost of Shauner washing over us. You know, his sister thanked me for the nice stuff I said about him. I don't know if she thanked everybody, but that was nice that she reached out to me.
Yeah, Yeah, I actually spoke to both his sisters this last week on the phone, trying to raise some money for the family, but the economy's tight, and
Yeah, the time is very tight. Yeah.
but I'm still trying.
Well, I'm sure they appreciate it.
And I gave him some other advice on how to handle certain situations, his property and his Amazon. I just bought a copy of his book this morning because I didn't have.
Well, hopefully he had those things in place for such emergencies. But if he didn't, then yeah, you got to deal with estate lawyers and probate and all that other stuff.
Yep. They didn't even know about his book really.
Oh well, yeah. Everybody should have that inset. It doesn't matter how young and healthy you are, you should have a will.
Yeah.
Oh. Hello? Cal and Mrs. Cal are back. Still can't hear them. Blink twice if you need help, Cal. Hold up a newspaper so we can have proof of life. I don't know. We apologize for technical inconvenience. Dun 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 dun.
Is that from the dating game?
Yep. Dating and kiss.
Yeah, you guys are old.
Yes, I am old. I'm so old, my social security number is 1. I get all my clothes from the museum. That's how old I am. You can always type what's going on in private chat. Cal, maybe we can help you out on our end if we knew what the issue was. I'm sure one of us knows about computers. I sure as don't. But.
Well, that's why I was guessing that it was like the Windows itself, that you can go right on your toolbar.
It could be that he needed to do an update and hasn't done it yet.
That usually, there's usually when, I was just looking at my own and double checking, and that's where it has the permissions where you turn them on and off.
Mm-hmm.
And that might be clicked like a new device.
Yeah. I don't know unless I can see it, but.
Sometimes you can trick Windows by unplugging and replugging your headset or microphone or whatever you're using in.
Mine used to have a problem.
To turn it off, turn it back on trick, yeah.
Mine used to have a problem with Discord, and it would turn it off. Oh, there. Phone.
Hello?
Yeah, it's through my phone again because we don't know what the hell is going on with our computer, and it used to work, and now it's not connecting sound. It's so annoying.
Check your mic links, like David was suggesting.
We already. My wife's the IT person. She was already checking everything, and we can't figure it out. It's bizarre. I don't get it. So I'm just on the phone. Just gotta move everything. I just gotta grab my dice and stuff.
Okay. Take your time.
Give me a second. Give me a sec. I'll be right back.
I hope he knows we can't hear him.
We can or can't?
Can't.
Well, he's not. He walked away.
No, I know. I assume he's talking to his wife, but
yeah, I don't know what's going on. But I'm assuming it's important. We apologize for any technical interference. Do not adjust your dial.
Okay. All right. I'm back. I'm here.
Can hear you.
Go ahead. Yeah, go for it. I couldn't locate my pad with my character on it for a bit.
See your arm.
Got it. We're together somewhat. Damn.
Can now hear everybody and see everybody. Hey, we apologize for the delay for anybody who is watching.
Sorry.
Technical difficulties, live television. Never know what's going to happen when it's live. Never work with animals or kids. All right. Last we left off, our intrepid party of time-lost adventurers had gotten the jeep stuck in the swamp. Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. When suddenly, out of nowhere, a big, handsome, strapping guy in plate armor showed up and pulled you out of the swamp. And introduces himself as Tillock. That's him. An handsome-looking, Pierce Bronson-looking guy. And says, after he finishes pulling you out of the swamp, well, you weren't going to leave without stopping by and saying hello, were you? This elderly, but still good-shaped-looking gentleman with this gleaming aura about him. There's just something about this guy. That and his big white horse,
Does he have super shiny white teeth?
Yes, he does. When he smiles, the sun does glint in his teeth. Doesn't matter what way he's looking, and the wind always blows his hair.
It's old Fabio.
And his cloak. Somehow, just besides pulling you out of the swamp, there's not a speck of mud on him. But he doesn't seem like it's a big deal. He's just standing there with his arm clasped and said what he said. And I was just looking at you, judging at you.
Thank you.
Perhaps
we were in something of a hurry. We really didn't have time for a social call.
Well, there's always time for social calls. Where are we if we are not civil? We resort to barbarism. I am Tillock of the Fort Bell of the last bastion of the Army of Light, and welcome to my swamp. What brings you to these parts of your strange mechanical chariot?
We're journeying north.
North? Whatever for? There's nothing out there but bubbling wastes and swamps and undead and monstrosities.
We have business.
Yeah.
Well, I do not wish to pry. If there's anything we can do at the fort to help you, please let us know. Otherwise, I'll be on my way. I have patrols to finish and missing dwarves to find.
Missing dwarves?
Yes.
The dwarves from town? From the what was it, the mercenary company?
I'm not aware of a mercenary company, but yes, we have some dwarves that have been reported missing from by one of our scouts, so I'm off to try and find them.
Perhaps.
Bless you, bless you, bless you.
Captain, it would be good if we accompany each other, and therefore we could explain our situation to Tillock in more detail.
You think we can trust him?
He does seem very trustworthy.
Considering
there's just something about this guy that makes you want to trust him.
And most of our supplies were ruined, right? They're off into the depths of the swamp.
Oh, God, yes. Anything that was on the wagon that you had hitched to it went swamp.
Yeah, so we probably need some more
water,
supplies.
your food.
Yeah.
Anything else, whatever else you had on that little, whatever it's
Trailer.
called, the trailer thingy.
Bottom
of the swamp.
We could probably benefit from some water and food if you would be kind enough to spare that.
We have pods. We would be glad to pay.
Pay?
We do not. You have already helped us greatly.
Hey, kindness is its own reward.
You are most noble.
Yes, just go to the fort and ask for the quartermaster, and he'll gladly supply you with whatever you need.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
Yeah.
don't suppose you've seen a blue reptile man lately, have you?
Blue reptile man. I've seen all colors of reptile men. They have a colony in the ruins. Most of them are relatively easy to get along with. A few of them are uppity, but
Well, this one isn't. This one's pretty.
they all recognize the might of Tyr.
Are these? But the local ones, are they winged?
No, the dragonborn? No. A winged one would be very rare, I would believe. I'm not an expert. That's not my field of study.
This is not. I do not think this one is of the ones you've described.
Well, you'd have to ask Bashir. Dragons are his thing.
I guess we're making a pit stop.
Yeah.
Just simply go over to the fort, ask for Alexander, and he'll help you out. Tell him I sent you.
Will do. Thank you, sir.
Right. He says his goodbyes, climbs back on his big white steed, and heads off into the wilds. Clop, 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 clop. Riding off into the sunset, even though it's not sunset. But somehow he's doing it.
And his hair blowing.
Hair blowing, and yet not a speck of dust on it.
Wave.
That perfect pink charisma. As only a paladin can.
Yeah, it's like the best hair commercial from the 70s.
Yes. That aura, protects him from everything.
That's right. Don't mess with
I can tell you, bad hair days are evil.
So he goes riding off.
Quartermaster, I guess, right, guys?
Ahead of you, you see what he's referring to as the fort.
Fort Belknap.
Well, I guess let's go.
Okay. Gotta be a quicker way to switch between maps. Gotta put them all in like one.
On our way.
Considering that we do not have our Nurse Honey with us.
Oh, she's with you.
Okay.
She's just sitting in the back.
He's napping.
Talking to the lion.
Her narcolepsy hit. Yeah. She's passed out.
You just learn to drown her out. She's on this whole thing about the lion being the symbol of Christ reborn and blah, blah, blah. Something Nazis, something France. So she's just carrying on talking to the lion.
Okay.
Let us know if the lion talks back.
Well, David can hear what the lion's saying, just nobody else can.
I probably won't tell people that just in case they think I'm crazy.
Well, so you can talk to it in your brain. You don't have to talk to it out loud.
And I'll explain to Nurse Honey the greater details of Lion King, but no spoilers.
Okay, no.
No spoilers. She might see it.
You just don't. There's a certain characters you shouldn't get attached to. Just saying. All right. So, as I said, you see this fort at the crossroads. As you get closer and closer, it is apparent that the fort has seen better days. It is mostly broken and ruined, and most of it looks to be boarded up, held together by nothing more than duct tape and baling wire and faith. A lot of the windows are blacked out. You do see one entrance that is lighted. That appears to be the entrance that he was telling you about. There are individuals standing as if on guard.
Mm.
Oh, I know what I could have done.
Who's
Place
gonna be?
looks rough.
Drive up slowly and wave when we come to a stop.
Hola.
These are the individuals you see standing at the door.
Oh, damn.
Holy smokes.
Oh my!
Mind your P's and Q's, kids.
You walk up to them, but and they do not seem to be responding to you in any way. They're just standing there perfectly still, one on either side of the entrance, with their shields and their hammers.
I'll nudge 44. Are these your kind of guys? Are these robots?
Cyborgs? I do not know.
Okay, cyborgs.
Hmm.
They look kind of.
I
There is something very mechanical about them, but as you can see, this is the symbol on their shields, this hammer with scales.
with the scales of justice.
Mm-hmm.
I assume I recognize the symbolage, at least in a general sense.
What if that's like scales for like other stuff? Just saying.
What other stuff?
And the generic that's the scales of justice on top of a hammer.
Right. Yeah. Scales of justice. It's
They might just be merchants.
No, these are guards of some type.
No, I was.
Hail! Guards. Hello.
They do not respond.
Tillock has sent us.
They gesture to the door, both mechanically, exactly at the same time. The door being wide open, but other than that, they do not respond.
So I analyze them because my knowledge of weaponry, cybernetics, and stuff. So do I think that they're like animated or cybernetic or mythical beings, perhaps?
Roll a D20 there and add intelligence or perception or whatever skill you think you're using.
Intelligence +2. I get a 15 total.
There is something very similar to what you're used to. The lack of interactiveness, the almost mechanical way they respond, the fact that their eyes don't really move. There is a very mechanical sense of it. What are you doing?
Steve.
See you later. Sorry, it's my brother. He was getting something.
Oh, no, it wasn't Steve the cat.
No. I thought it was Steve the cat. It's my brother. He was getting his bicycle, which I'm storing for him.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, like it almost appears to be cybernetic or robotic or something very similar.
Captain Landis, I feel that we are safe to enter.
Agreed. Let's just watch our manners and get what we came for and get back on the road.
Yes.
Okay, so once you step inside, most of the place appears to be closed off, as if it was much wider, grander, full-on medieval fort at some point in time. But now it seems to be you see hallways that are just boarded off, stairways that look like they haven't been used in ages, ruined, knocked down chunks of places. Everywhere you look, you see either a flag flying this symbol or this symbol, but they all look old and tattered as if they've been here for a long time. There's definitely a very solemn aura about the place, a smell of just extreme age and dust. Occasionally, you'll see one of these individuals standing in a corner or in the outline of a closed door. But they don't respond as you move around. So, what do you do?
Maybe look around and then listen to see if I can hear any sound. So, they said there's a quartermaster or something. Is that what they said?
Yes, he said ask for the quartermaster, Alexander.
Where would we find the quartermaster, Alexander?
One of the monolithic individuals steps away from his post and starts walking. In a direction.
Mm-hmm.
Do you follow him?
Yes. I'll follow.
All right. Okay. He leads you down a hallway and to some stairs. The stairs definitely look not 100% safe. It clomps down the stairs. Doesn't seem to be bothered by the flickering lights, as if it knows where it's going. At the bottom of the stairs, looks like it's another series of what used to be a lot of stuff, but it's been just like, when you close off a big house because there's less people living in it, it's like it's got the white sheets over stuff everywhere, things pushed into corners, closed doors with cobwebs on them. There's a large room that has like weapons and armor hanging on the wall or standing up, and like various stores and boxes. This gentleman is sitting at a desk in the center of the room. Another older humanoid, heavily scarred. His armor has definitely seen better days. Also with the symbol of the hammer prominent. He's got like a little pair of spectacles. He's got a stack of stuff on the table. It looks like he's copying from an old tattered book into a brand new book. Captain Rogers, one of the helmets hanging on the wall looks very familiar.
How so?
It is a military pot helm, and it has a very familiar symbol on it. 2 lightning bolts.
Uh-oh.
Which means SS.
Yep.
And that's hanging on the wall next to some other stuff.
It's an interesting helmet.
Hello. Can I help you? Yes. Oh, where'd you come from?
Good day. Tillich sent us.
Oh, did he now? Just sending strangers down to my storehouse. Next, he'll be inviting dancing ladies over again. Well, if Tillich sent you, then you can't be all bad. How can I help you? I'm Alexander, last quartermaster of Fort Bell.
We're heading north, and we need to be resupplied.
North? Whatever for?
We have urgent business.
Treasure hunters, I would hope not. There's nothing that way but ruins and despoliation.
No.
And the Forest of Hope, but you don't want to go there.
No, but I noticed that interesting helmet. Well, where did you come by that? Or how did you come by that?
Oh, which helmet?
I point.
He walks up and pulls it off the shelf and throws it on the table. Oh, some unusual travelers we encountered recently who apparently did not take kindly to our questioning them in our area. Shots were exchanged, and they felt the might of Tyr's hammer.
They're my sworn enemies.
Well, I believe we have them in a cell somewhere if you want to talk to them, but as long as Bashir says it's okay. But if Tillich says you're good folk, I trust him. So you're going north. Yeah. I suppose you'll need water and food.
Yes, ours was lost in the swamp.
I could also use a change of clothing.
Yeah, well,
something more suitable to the area.
clothing. Okay. He gets up again and walks down on one of the hallways down here, and he takes, he's got one of those big brass rings with 10,000 keys on it. This one, nope. I remember what this opens. Oh, there we go. He sticks the key in one of the doors, and he opens it, and it's just filled with clothes, boxes of clothes and shoes and hats, men and female, from both ranging from medieval peasant wear all the way up to modern day suits and ties and slacks and jeans.
Really?
There you go. Help yourself.
Thank you.
If there's enough to spare,
I could probably
we might all want to blend in, if you know what I mean.
There's plenty to spare. Help yourself. We have no use of them. It's not like anybody's coming here.
Yes, I could probably use new clothing. I've not thought of this in many years.
Something
yes,
you
could
you
use
know what I mean, Sister Honey?
Patching up there, my friend. Your circuitry's showing.
Well, that's a liability of living on this planet.
So if
I
there's,
look at David and I show him the helmet. Do you know anything about these guys?
Oh, they took over. I'm just kidding. Those like movies. Like Indiana Jones. Never mind. Yeah, it's like Nazis.
Nazis.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I mean to interrogate the prisoners.
How many prisoners?
I don't know how to interrogate people.
Well, leave that to me. Just pay attention to everything they say, and if anything strikes you as odd or notable, let me know. I think they may have information on getting us home.
All right. Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Alexander, how many of these prisoners do you have in your holding cell of these Nazis?
the Nazis? Well, then what's a Z?
Apparently.
Well, I don't know what a Z or a not a Z is. Sounds like something in one of those Dr. Seuss books. But we have 4 in custody that survived.
Captain Landis, do you wish to speak with them?
Yeah, as soon as I finish getting out of my fatigues into something less identifiable, if you know what I mean.
I'll go through and try to pick out some Ren Fair type clothes.
I look
very nice. If they think, if they were to think that we were from the States, Sister Honey, we probably wouldn't get the answer we're looking for.
What are you looking for?
Sister Honey is just, oh my God, blah, 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 look at all this religious stuff. Is that the Holy Mary? Where did you find this stuff? Have you heard of Christ the Redeemer? Blah, 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 blah. So she's just hidden by all these paladins.
Well, she should change into something less conspicuous either. That flying.
Oh no, she can't change out of her vestments. That's part of her order.
Then maybe she should stand out of sight and just keep a ear open. I don't want them. I don't want to tip our hand that we're from the same planet.
Are we?
Apparently, you may be. We don't know yet. I look through the clothing, try and find something. I don't know. Looks like a janitor's,
like a
onesie or something.
Just like a one piece.
Yeah, or a prisoner's outfit.
As long as it's not orange. It's not orange, okay, bud?
Well, remember, I don't have any perception of taste.
But yeah, just a simple pair of coveralls, like a mechanic or something would wear.
Speed suit.
Got some lights.
I'll look through and like, oh, Adidas tracksuit. I think this is your style.
Right, dark blue with like the chains and everything. Get him some stuff to put on his grill.
These are accessories, but I don't know.
Pimp Cal 44 out.
I mean, you kind of are your own bling, so I don't know.
Well, that might cover up.
It's a plethora of clothing from multiple ages, from what you would call Ren Fair or Hollywood medieval to just generic jeans, t-shirts to a few fancy clothes.
Oh,
universal type clothing you could find in any time period.
A t-shirt with a smile face. This may be good to wear.
A lot of the clothing has these symbols on it that you've seen. This one. A few of them have some other symbols on them.
Yeah, we probably don't want to be obvious. I mean, even though they're helping us, that kind of
Shoes,
stuff might
hats,
be
boots, gloves.
I'll try to look through the stuff, see if I can find a pair of boots of any type.
Boots or what?
Boots. Any kind of boots.
Sure. Yeah, there's boots. There's medieval, leather boots. There's Doc Martens. There's work boots. There's a couple tennis shoes. There's sandals.
Some kind of modern. I'll probably gravitate towards the more modern kind of boots or style, Doc Martens or something. Just kind of like
sure. There's some hiking boots. Standard, generic. Could be found in any time period where they've had boots like this. So 1920s, 1930s, 1950s, 1980s, whatever.
I'm definitely going to go toward the more medieval style so I blend in with the people around here.
Okay. Well, there's definitely Ren Fair type clothing, bodices, and shirts with sleeves and hats with wilted feathers in them and stuff like that.
Oh no, he's turning into Sean Connery's character from Highlander.
That's what he wants to look like.
Don Juan Romero.
Yeah.
I was thinking more Errol Flynn, but okay.
Okay.
No
you
time.
can definitely piece together an Errol Flynn type thing.
Stuff a little bit of extra things we might need for later, just in case, because it's going to get. I assume it's either going to get hotter or colder as we go north.
If you asked Alexander, he says it will get colder.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. So some of us might not do so well.
Jackets.
There's jackets too.
Oh, I'll find a warm jacket if I can.
Easy enough.
Yeah, definitely grab a winter jacket.
Sure. There is that.
All right.
Let's go interrogate this group of Nazis.
So you spend about an hour playing dress up.
Sure.
And you've all
It's a full montage of music.
Yeah. And you've all picked out a change or two of clothes, and you've got what constitute cold weather clothing, what have you. You exit the dressing room, and Alexander takes out his big old keys and closes it up again and says, well, if you show me where your horses are, I'll have one of the men load them up with food and water and whatever else you need. If you could just make a list for me.
We don't have horses. We have that strange-looking chariot. It's a lovely shade of green.
Same thing that those not of Z's came in was slightly different.
Really?
Perhaps runs on the exact same fuel?
I wouldn't know. You'd have to ask Tristan. He does constructs.
We'll take a look at that after we're done with the prisoners.
Oh, well, you have to ask Merrick about questioning the prisoners. Not my place to say whether strangers are allowed to question them or not. She's in charge of that.
Fair enough.
I just do supplies and stuff. Not even really a paladin. Just
We appreciate your gratitude.
Thank
well,
you.
it gives me somebody to talk to. Hardly anybody ever comes down here anymore. But make a list of what you need. I'm sure I'll have the boys load up your wagon and let us know when you're ready to leave. He points to a piece of paper and hands you a ballpoint pen.
Okay.
Maybe this guy got some maps or something of what we're going, or do.
Maps? What do you need a map to?
North?
The mountains.
Well, I can give you maps of the general area, but those mountains specifically, I'm not sure I have one. Might. I'd have to look.
Or maybe just tell us what to keep on the lookout for.
What perils?
Oh, well, let's see. The farther you get away from here, if you're heading just straight north, dinosaurs, of course, dragons, though not many, undead, demons, swamp monsters, and of course, people. They're the worst.
Of course.
They always are.
You never know what you'll encounter out there. It's a strange and wondrous land, filled with terrors and marvels that still baffle me and surprise me even after all these years. Join the army, my mother said. What's the worst that could happen? So I guess you write down what you think you need, and he starts just points to one of the sentries, the cyborgs or whatever they are, and starts giving it orders to fill up your thing. So water, food, cold weather gear, ropes,
tents, tarps, blankets, canteens, oil.
Whatever you would need for a camping expedition into.
Yeah, do we need a tent?
Sure, if they give you a couple tents.
Wow. Thank you. You are very generous.
Well, as he points out, he's got rooms filled with this stuff.
Yeah.
And nobody to give it to. Oh, well, now help yourself. They're going to a good home. Some of them might need repairs, but it's not like they're doing any good sitting here. And it's like the owner's ever going to come back.
Where did they all go?
Ah, that is the question. Where did they all go? If you'd answer that, a lot of us would be much happier.
Well, what happened to make them disappear?
You mean you don't know?
No, we don't.
Well, I don't tell the story as well as Bashir does because he was there, but they were gone.
They just gone?
As the story goes, and again, it's Bashir knows it better than I do. This was years ago. I was but a scribe. Jen, you okay? You look like you have a headache.
Yeah.
You okay? You need an aspirin or something?
No, I just keep sneezing and I'm all stuffy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's allergy weather here too. It's a non-stop barometric shotgun of hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. If you're an allergy person, it's just that. Curse you, weather. I will get rid of you someday. Where the story goes, as you know, or do not know, it was at the tail end of the war with the forces of Orcus the Deceiver. The armies of light had succeeded in a great victory and was marching as one up to the Temple City. The full forces of the army of light combined, never once seen before or since, got to the Temple City completely empty.
So that's the story?
Yes.
Oh.
Nobody knows where they went. What happened to them? Thousands of people just gone. Buildings left empty. Storehouses of food and grain, weapon supplies, treasure, the likes of which can only be dreamed of. Just gone.
How long ago was this?
Oh, well, at least seems like only yesterday. 40 years, I would say. That's when I first joined. Oh, yes, we can play on that because it's not important. You want to be on the TV show? You want to be on the TV show?
I wonder if I'll just address everybody else's. I wonder if like they disappeared, but then other people like from our place worlds appeared here.
That could be a connection.
And our game master disconnected.
Uh-oh.
Or he video did it with their mouse.
All right, I'll be right back.
Whoops.
I guess another technical difficulty.
There you go.
Welcome back.
This is the culprit. Somebody's pulling cables out. I guess they don't like the fact that I'm not paying attention to them.
Quite the catastrophe.
Yep.
Oh.
Steve, leave it alone.
Yeah.
There we go. Stop playing with it. Okay, so that's what he tells you. Yes, that the story goes that massive war, city filled, and then suddenly just gone. Entire town. Every man, woman, and dog gone. So, yes, where did they go? That is the question.
And yeah, I don't know if you heard my hypothesis, whatever the group was, that maybe people were exchanged from this world to ours or something. I don't know. I mean, I disappeared probably from my world unless there's
wiser men than I have spent many years trying to unravel the mystery of Tsar. None have. It's their slumbering.
Okay.
Slowly, stragglers show up and they're reclaiming inches of it, but I doubt it will ever reclaim its former glory, at least. And perhaps that's for the best. And as he's talking, you see the faceless Atamba people just loading up your Jeep. Well, if you want to talk to your not of Z's, you'd have to ask Merritt. I'll take you to her.
Please.
So he goes up the stairs, back up to the first floor, goes into what obviously used to be a chapel. But again, it's, the windows are covered with shades and boarded up. All the piers are gone. Again, the flags of that you saw are hanging everywhere, but they're all dirty. There's a gigantic table that looks like it was built for giants in the center of the room. And there's just maps and dioramas and things all over it. And Merrick is sitting there. An older woman, looks like she's blind in one eye. Definitely the same commanding presence, but a much more professional soldier look about her than Killock. This is another fighter. But not whatever the thing that Killock had going for him, she does not have. Same with Alexander. They seem to be normal soldiers. But she definitely looks like some level of commandership. And she, going over paperwork and looking at maps. One of those little things, one of those automatons are there, and she appears to be conversating with it. Tell them they can have hectate 0.43, but I'm not spending the money to drain out any of the other hectates there. That's on their own. Oh, Alexander, you didn't tell me I had guessed. I would have had the boys lay something out. Oh, sorry, boss. They want to talk to you about the thieves and the not thieves. Oh, well, I am Merrick. I am the acting commander of Fort Bell until my replacement arrives.
I introduce myself as Captain Landis.
Captain?
We wish to speak with your new prisoners.
Which prisoners? I have many.
The ones probably dressed all in black or gray with strange uniforms.
Oh, yes. Interesting gentlemen. Very, very convinced of their superiority. At least two of them were. The other two seem to be just soldiers following orders, at least those that survived. I'm afraid
before we how did you come across them?
I'm sorry, what?
Before we go and speak with the prisoners themselves, how did you encounter them? How did you come across them?
They were in the ruins, bothering some of our citizens, taking their stuff. So we sent down some of the boys, and they apparently have, what do you call them, Alexander? Machine guns, ma'am. Oh, yes, they had guns of machines. That was a little too much for just the boys, so Tristan went down and showed them the blessed forgiveness of Muri. And their survivors are I've got chained up somewhere. I'm not sure what I'll do with them yet. Try and get them to see the light of reason, and maybe they'll even, I don't know, always use more settlers.
Yeah, I don't think
not. Well, we'll give them a swat on the bottom and send them on the way. I can't afford to feed every Tom, Dick, and demon worshiper that comes through here. Are you familiar with these?
Yes. To be honest, they're my sworn enemies.
Sworn enemies? Are they evil?
Absolutely.
Strange.
Bent on world domination.
Tristan didn't mention them being evil, but they're evil. Well, then they must be purged of their evil and given a chance to repent for their sin. Or burn to the cross.
The underlings may not be as evil as the officers, but that's usually how it goes, isn't it?
Isn't it always? Well, I can take you to them. I don't see any problem with that. They just seem to be normal individuals who happen to have some rather interesting equipment. No magic amongst them. So she leaves her office and takes you through the abandoned keep to some of the more abandoned parts that look like they haven't really seen much in the way of people in a while. And there does seem to be a dungeon of sorts. it. Stop it. Right there.
Okay.
And most of the cages are empty. One of the cages has a scraggly looking old man who looks like he's sleeping one off. Another cage has a very tall, burly, gray skinned humanoid. Kind of looks like a professional wrestler to your eyes, David. Unnaturally steroided up 80s WWE looking kind of guy. Covered with tattoos. They walk by, he shakes the cage. And then there's another cage, and it's got 2 guys. And then next to that is another cage with 2 more guys. And then 2 of the guys are, one is dressed in a tattered, all black SS uniform. The second one is in the grayish uniform, more common amongst the enemy. And the other 2 are just dressed as normal soldiers of the Reich. But yeah, they've had, obviously they don't have their weapons or any other stuff, but the garb is unmistakable. Nurse Honey is like, oh my God, yes, you're very kind, sir. Yes. Blessings of God.
I wanted her to stay behind. I don't want them to realize that we're Americans.
She's off talking paladins. She's smitten.
Perfect.
A whole bunch of people here worship a God that's almost the same as hers.
I also ask everybody if you could kind of, make a local accent if at all possible. That would be helpful. Except Jen doesn't need to because, she looks local. Just saying.
I mean, you all look relatively local considering all the wide variety of humanoids you've seen. Even Cal doesn't look, Cal doesn't look that weird compared to like short green little individuals or undead or whatever.
Right.
Still, just looks kind of like a burn victim.
I meant Jen to have ears.
Okay. Jen, I guess, hides her ears or whatever. So
No, don't.
You don't want Jen to hide her ears. All right. Oh, yeah.
No, that way she looks like she's from around here. I want to affect the position that we're locals.
Yeah, I look very bohemian.
Yeah, I don't want them to know immediately that we're from the United States and
Well,
that's
why you put on all the clothes, so you will see how they respond. So she walks up to their cage and they say something to her in German and she tilts her head like she doesn't understand them. And then the SS one says, if you would just let us go, man. That's not German. I don't know what voice that was. It was something German. Nein, if you would just let us go. There was obviously a mistake. I do not know why you do not recognize our papers, miss, but we are a very important mission. And cannot be bothered with your local customs.
What is this important mission? I step forward.
Who is this man?
I'm
Is this
asking.
one of yours? No, he's a local who's interested in your affairs here and why you are messing around with my townsfolk. You will show him the same respect you have shown me, or you will have my fist. Strange man. What do you want?
What is this mission you speak of?
Who are you? I'm not going to tell you my mission. You will know my name and rank and serial number.
If you ever want to get out of the cell and back home, you're going to answer my question.
Back Stockholm? What do you mean? We're in France.
Does this look like France to you?
Absolutely. The Chateau de Marmont. And the ruins of Nays. But I have given away enough. My name is Fleet Commander Heinrich von Heinrichsen. My rank is Commander, and my serial number is 8675993.
I thought you were going to go with 8675309, but okay. This is not France. You're a very, very long way.
He's listening to the other guy in German. I go, yeah, not France, blah, blah, blah. German. The other guy's like, German. I don't speak German. You know?
Very offending.
I don't want to offend anybody who might be speaking German and listening and the word wrong. So that's one of your characters speaks German, you don't understand what they're saying. Cal with his alien language got a word or two. Some words are just universal. But he's looking at you. He looks at her. Is this man someone important? She looks at you and he's a captain in the local military. We do not recognize his authority.
I'm probably the most important person you're going to meet. Answer my questions. I'll make sure nothing bad happens to you.
Nothing.
Commander Heinrich von Heinrichsen, Commander 8675999.
Should we just tell him?
Tell him what? That he's not on Earth anymore?
Right, or
If he hasn't figured it out, I don't know that we're going to be able to convince him without taking him outside.
because I wonder if whatever they're looking for is something that we need to be on the lookout for, or maybe that's why they, I don't know how they got here. You should
One of
ask
the guys
him.
in the other cage says something in German. German. Rattles the cage as if to get your attention.
Now, I'm not saying it might be far-fetched, but I watched this one show where Nazis developed some kind of bell that maybe went through time and space. Maybe that's how they got here. A documentary.
What did you say?
I was just telling them that you know, it might be that they came here from some time-space displacement thing. You know, like the Nazis had crazy tech.
Yeah, like maybe they just slid into this universe, another universe, or used a tunnel,
Or a flying bell thing. Yeah.
a flying bell thing, yes. Or they found a phone booth.
Oh, God.
Or they fell here the same way you did. You don't know. But Heinrich von Heinrich does not seem like he is going to be reasonable. Does not recognize your authority, considering you're dressed up as just normal dudes.
What do you think, Cal? Should we give a little demonstration?
My evaluation of this gentleman is that he's almost useless to us, and probably would betray us at any chance.
Oh, absolutely. I am curious how they got it.
Yes. Well, obviously we are, but I do not know how we could get anything of value out of them at this point. I can't understand their language.
Well, if we can find a bucket, some water, rope.
Oh, her eyes look up. Oh, I'm sorry. I will not allow you torturing my prisoners.
Yes. Our benefactor, they are her prisoners.
You may question them, but if you raise the fist to them, I will hold you at the same as I hold them. And I'll place you in a cage, too.
I believe you.
How do I brain's not brainy. How do I impart just how dangerous these individuals are to you?
How are they dangerous? They have no magic. I've taken away their equipment. As far as I know, they are travelers like yourselves. If they pose a threat, that'll be determined. And if they're harmless like they say, I will offer them the same I offer any traveler. A place to stay in the ruins, as long as they make themselves useful. Always use more settlers. If they pose a threat, I will treat them as I will treat any threat. One chance, then I burn them at the stake.
Wow.
Understood.
But I'm not sure what you mean by threat. Chairman.
As we're talking, did any of the other prisoners pay us any attention?
Like, the guy in black is just standing there with his hands behind his back. The guy in gray is 2 steps behind him. The other two in the other cage, one of them ran up and shakes the cage when we were talking a few seconds ago. Now they're both looking at you guys.
Unfortunately, we do not have the bit of too much time.
If you're looking at them, the one that shakes the cage again as if to get your attention.
I'll just look at him and go, "What's up?"
What?
I'll just say, "What's up?"
He says, "Hi, English."
Yeah.
Yes. I English. I talk. Quiet, scum! Do not tell them anything. I talk. No kill. How you say? Freckens a German. Just work here. German.
I don't suppose we have any way your little magic box could translate what they're saying.
I don't know if I have that. I'll look. I'll flip out my phone and see if I have a translation app.
Google Translate?
Yeah.
Would there be any reason in the character's past to have downloaded Google Translate?
No, but, well, being from California, maybe just for Spanish.
Roll a D20. 10 or less, you do. 11 or 20, you don't.
I rolled a 4.
Yes, you have downloaded Google Translate at one point in time.
I will, yes. Say your thing again.
All right.
I'll try to...
Google Translate. Waffle Translate. Brought to you by WaffleBot. And you hold the thing at him, and he's like, "Hey, camera?" So he starts talking, and basically it translates German. I will tell you what you want to know, Carl. Just
Can we have this prisoner move? Can we have this prisoner move to a cell further away from his?
Do not tell them anything, or you will be in trouble. Private. And he says, German. Just, I don't want to die for you, sir. All right, sorry. Just soldier, Carl.
Can we talk to this dude privately then? Merrick?
Maybe in
I
a
don't see why
separate
not.
cell further
As long as
away.
you are civil to him. He points at one of the ever-present automaton guards, and it walks over and unlocks the cage, gestures. That guy steps forward. The other guy steps forward, and it pushes him back. And he's like, okay. If you tell them, you will be held in contempt. Do not tell them anything but your name, rank, and serial number, private. And he is escorted by you to another place, another part of the chamber, far enough away from Heinrich von Heinrich that you can talk to him.
Excellent.
So, sits down at a little table. She handcuffs him to the little ring on the table, like an interrogation room in a police station.
Perfect.
She gestures for David to sit in the chair with his weird magic box opposite him.
I'll look to everybody else. What do we ask? What were you looking for, man?
German. Supplies. A place to stay.
How did you get here?
Waffles.
Waffles? Is he saying waffles?
German. You say something. Is the thing replies German. He replies back to the machine. German. The machine replies, we drove through the fog. It seemed like days. There were no waffles. Then we arrived in this village. It looked like France. German. We started searching, and people started arguing with us. Then these soldiers showed up. They didn't have waffles either. German. And you know the rest.
What is your mission?
German. I don't know. I'm just a soldier. I think we were supposed to be resupplying one of the units.
Where were you headed?
Dunkirk.
I knew he was going to say that.
Seems that the same phenomenon affected these.
Yes, that's actually a relief.
Yeah,
If they had some sort of high-tech machinery to get them here, I'd be more worried.
victims of some strange circumstance, but it's not there to
Right.
cause it.
German. I'm just a soldier. I joined up because I had to. I don't want to really die for these guys.
I'm sure that the
5 hogs a week, but all the waffles I can eat. German. Ding, ding, ding. You have used up your free amount of time on WaffleBot Translate. Do you wish to purchase the entire WaffleBot Translate suite?
I don't. I don't think the money's going to be any good here.
I think we found out what we need to know for the immediate future.
I'm sure Merrick could trust 2 regular soldiers and let them have more of.
As I said, I will offer them the same I offer any travelers. The same I will offer you if you wish to stay.
Oh no, we must. We are on some mission of importance, and we appreciate.
Just be wary of the.
You from your mission, then we'll have you supplied. If Alexander has not supplied you already.
Just be careful with the officers.
The other 2.
They will try to.
I think I can handle one man.
They're pretty sneaky.
The 2 that you have in the other cage seem untrustworthy.
Well, trust, no trust. That is not really important. I will trust them to pay heed to my orders and behave in a certain way as long as they do. They can only contribute to the greater good.
It's possible that there are others of their same military outfit that may seek to break them out of prison.
Let them come.
All right, folks, let's get out of here.
She starts walking away and she rubs the head of the automaton. The boys could use a good workout. Is there anything else you want from my prisoners?
Nope.
Oh, no. I'm just curious as to your guards. Are they robots?
Don't know that word. I'm sorry.
Constructs? They're not living.
Alive?
Construct? No, of course not. They're men.
Oh.
Or what's left of them.
What's left of them?
Distressing. What's left of them? Still eat?
But she starts walking. She takes the prisoner back to his cell. I will give you gentlemen another day to think about my proposal. I'll have the guards speak to you as usual. She starts walking away. Do you require anything else of my prisoners?
I think we're good, right, folks?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, if Merrick has supplied you and you need to be on your way, then far be it for me to stop you from your curse, though I would recommend again that there is nothing to the north but danger, and you're much better off here, and I could definitely use more settlers.
Well, sometimes any of us must encounter danger to earn reward.
Well, there's plenty of danger to the north, south, east, west. Unholy places filled with danger. But we do our duty for king and country in the honor of Tyr.
Could we have a look at their vehicle?
Yes, I believe it's in Bashir's lab.
Yes.
So she takes you through the keep. Just the immenseness of this place marvels you, and just how long it feels like it's just been abandoned. Hallway after hallway, this ancient medieval castle, and just so much of it just left barren. The meaning of the words that you heard him saying were the last really strike home to you as she leads you to another very large chamber that might have been something. Now it appears to be a lab of some kind, a mechanic lab. And the Jeep is hanging from chains from the roof, and standing underneath it, bare-chested, with goggles and what looks like an arc welder. That gentleman, Bashir! Bashir! She picks something up off the table and throws it at him. Hey, what arcing glass? What do you want? They want to talk to you about the thing. Oh, they want to talk to me about the thing, do they? He walks away. Nurse Honey gets all fluttery, bare chest. He has that same aura about him that she doesn't seem to have. The same aura that Tillock had about him. The second he walks away from the Jeep, all the cinders and the grease just seem to sort of slip off of him. By the time he reaches you, he's not even sweating. He looks at you. Well, he looks up at most of you. You're a fine-looking bunch of elves. I'm not even sure what you are. What can I do for you?
Have you had an opportunity to examine this vehicle?
Examine the vehicle? I've been taking her apart now, haven't I?
So is this
Well, the best I've seen, but it's definitely not the worst. I'll have her apart in no time.
Is this a Jeep?
I would think so. It says so on the side. I don't know who this Jeep fellow is, but he's certainly made a lot of vehicles.
Is this a Jeep like ours, or what type of vehicle?
Yeah, it's a World War II Jeep, just like yours, but their side.
Yeah, okay, but that's what I'm trying to
VW is there.
So is it more of like the armored car or the stuff?
Yeah, armored car maybe.
No,
so it's similar.
It's similar to your Jeep. It's got a machine gun where you don't. Well, it had a machine gun. He's removed.
I'm pretty sure he's right. It's an armored car. The Jeep was not. It wasn't quite the same. It's a little bit than a Jeep.
Do you have any gas?
Does it have any fuel? Of course it has fuel. I drained it for the fuel, but it had it.
Can you reproduce the fuel? Could you make more if you had to?
I suppose, if I wanted to.
Well, would the fuel work in our Jeep, Captain?
I believe so.
Oh, what's that? A Jeep with a machine gun. Yeah,
No,
that's the Jeep, but he's removed the machine gun on a chain.
Wouldn't mind having that on the back of old Bessie.
But that's the American one. I don't know if the Germans had exact, they had a armored car, but I don't know if they had the same. Yeah,
Yeah, I think you might be thinking of the car that was actually called The Thing. You guys remember those?
Yeah, I don't remember that. I just remember all the German various cars I've seen in movies, etc., and all the stuff. It's not a little different than a Jeep, but yeah, I mean they're similar, obviously, in certain ways. But
well, can we have the machine gun?
What do you got to trade? I'm not just gonna let this beauty go. I've got plans for it.
Do we have anything to trade?
He's looking at Cal much more. Now that he's close to Cal, and he's had a second to study him. He's looking at Cal much more inquisitively, looking at the rest of you, especially Cal's arm.
44, not Cal's.
Caliber 44.
Yeah, we can't trade our droid to you.
He pokes your arm where the laser placement is. Is that fusion powered or solar?
Do I know the answer to that? I assume it's fusion power, but it's solar powered too.
Solar powered, you say?
I do recharge.
Well, that's quite fascinating. I'll trade you the gun for yours.
Well, this unit comes complete with its own armaments that are better than a machine gun. So.
Yes, that's why I'll trade you the machine gun for your laser blaster.
And I don't know. It's advantages and disadvantages, I guess.
Well, you wouldn't have an arm. That would be the disadvantage. But you'd have a machine gun. I could probably make you a new arm.
The unit can come out of my arm, but kind of partial to it.
Well, I'm kind of partial to having a working machine gun for the first time in 20 years.
You guys,
And bullets.
From what I've seen, you probably need that to defend this citadel or fort. Yeah.
Well, if I had to depend upon one machine gun to defend the fort, I'd be doomed now, wouldn't I? I've got better than that.
Well, considering it'd be quite a surprise to your enemies, that'd probably be okay. If you haven't had one in 20 years, that means
Not a working one in 20 years. I certainly haven't had bullets in 20 years.
Yeah, your enemies probably haven't had them in a while either, right? Yeah.
Well, we don't really have many enemies anymore. No one's tried to take the fort in a while now, and usually it's dead. We've got better ways of dealing with them than bullets.
Right. I see. Well, that's the way it goes, I guess. We must important mission that we must go to.
Well, I'm all for supporting important missions.
Yeah. I can't give details. That would be up to the captain.
Well, fine, keep your secrets. I'm not one for gossip. Not like, what do you think I am? Some little old marm on your stool? Gossiping about the old days? I've got work to do.
Well,
we're heading north.
Oh, what do we want to do that for?
To stop a dragon.
Which one? Not old Malefax. He's not awake again, is he? Arse. Just fed him 10 years ago. It's been 10 years? 10 years ago. Yes, well, there's plenty of dragons to the north. Mostly they keep to themselves. Old Malefax and Gnarltooth. And that weird green dragon. I forget his name.
I out of character. I forget his name.
Skarn.
Thank you.
But if you'll be dragon hunting, you'll be need more than that shooter on your arm, boy.
We're aware of that.
But it would be good if we could get some more fuel that would work in our Jeep.
Oh, you have a Jeep, do you now?
Yes.
Well, why didn't you say so? Where is it?
Outside, downstairs.
Oh, you didn't tell me they had a Jeep Merrick. Tempting me like a prom date. Christmas. Puts on a white t-shirt. Grabs his tool belt. Stumbles his way back downstairs to where you have the Jeep, and he takes a look at it, and the first thing he sees is like, "What have you done to the beauty? Oh, you poor thing! What did they do to you?" That's okay. Oh, don't you worry now. Old Bashir's here to fix you up. Oh, I've been driving this ring through hell and hellfire. Look at these tires. You know how rare and beautiful a working vehicle in these parts are, and you've been treating this poor thing like more at Christmas. I'm ashamed.
It encountered what would you call it, land shark? Tried to eat.
And you survived? Well, you're lucky then. Not lucky. Praise be to Mary. Oh. And I see you're all supplied and ready to go head out to the north, but at least let me spare you some tools when you break this poor thing down. He throws his tool belt in the back. But sure, I can fill you up.
We'd appreciate that very much.
How much do you need?
We pay you later. We will certainly.
Pay? No. You don't pay us paladins. Trade, yes, but we don't do what we do for money. We do what we do because it's right. Because it's good. Most of all, because it's kind. The last light standing in an encroaching darkness.
Well, we would be included in that from what I have gathered, although I am not from this planet.
Well, of course you're not. You're a damn cyborg, aren't you?
Yes, you know who I am.
If
You see,
everyone's a meeting,
I'm not from this planet either, am I?
I was not sure right away. Have you seen that long ago?
Sorry, what?
I was going to say, why don't we get a drink and we'll tell you our story?
Oh, a drink now. Well, there'd better be going to the bar. Come with me then. And he starts heading away from the fort towards that ghost town.
Oh, okay. Oh, this I
It's
think.
on the map.
This I think we have time for.
So he heads this way to the ruins that they were talking about. Most of the buildings seems to go like what they said. The entire place is emptied out. But it does look like there are some that have gained new life. And so he does his little dwarven walk down into the ruins, about here. And he walks towards something that might have once been a theater hall. There is what looks like on the roof a gigantic keg. And written across the entrance says Shaka's Flying Keg.
Wow.
And he walks in, and it looks like a speakeasy. There's chandeliers. There's a bar with like a mirror behind it, with like all sorts of drinks lined up. There's what looks like slot machines. There's card tables. So yeah, this looks like a pretty decent bar compared to the drunken, burnt anvil.
In turn, why don't we each tell them our story?
And standing behind the bar is a skeleton wearing a cowboy hat, pouring drinks. And there's a couple goblins in here that seem to be gambling. A couple ragtag-looking humans seem to be drinking. Nobody you recognize. And he walks up to the bar and climbs himself up onto a stool. Says, "I'll have my usual, Fred, and whatever they're having. But the good stuff, none of that cheap stuff you serve for the goblins." The skeleton bobs its head and hands him a cup and pours out cups for you and fills the cups with some bottle with some clear liquid in it.
All of the same.
All right, he fills your little cup with clear,
I'll try that.
strong smelling liquid. He
None for me.
Not for you?
Nope.
And he takes his little glass and does a little prayer in Dwarven, and then says to you in English, the Stormgold! May the one return! Slams his cup down.
And we'll begin to tell our story.
Okay. What do you tell him?
Essentially everything. Each of us putting in our own part, I guess.
All right.
You guys
tell
wanna
him
leave
everything
it out?
at the end, or do you leave anything out? Is there anything?
I trust the guy.
There is something very trusting about him. Does exude a aura of something. It's the same aura that Killock had. That
I don't know.
Alexander didn't.
I'm not going to admit to counterfeiting anything.
So I guess Cal tells him the story about crashing his spaceship and losing his crew.
44
You
deaths.
each tell him the story about appearing at the light and running into Magumbo. I guess, right?
Yep.
And everything about Kasoth and Tsar and Captain Pirate, Canadian Pirate Dungeon Master, and all the other stuff. Anything you leave out other than not admitting the Gen 4 snaps?
I think you find it hilarious. So what? You're deceived.
Because just in case this guy tells the truth, right? And just in case they come out here and they tell him their story, I don't want him passing it on that we counterfeited something.
And then we have
True.
smart Jen.
All right.
I assume this drink is pretty potent, right?
It's vodka.
Huh?
It's vodka.
Yeah, I'll be telling my friends how much they mean to me and that they're really, you guys are really cool.
And I've only for one cup. Dave is that much of a lightweight?
Probably.
All right, so you drink vodka with Bashir and relate your story to him about your trip and thing and your quest to go to Belinda Brassbottom's tomb. At the mention of Belinda Brassbottom, he says another prayer. Oh, she was a lovely lass. Few and far between us dwarves are, and even rarer to run us into a female. She'll surely be missed.
But we kind of like to keep it that way.
I heard that's bottom girls make the world go round.
Yes, yes, they do. Yes. I guess everything of you is fully functioning here, Cyborg, huh? Sarn, you say? Oh, he's dead. They slayed him. And he was trying to bring him back. Oh, gosh. That'd be terrible. That'd get my dandruff in a war. But I'm sure it's just rumors and hearsay. Sarn's dead as a doornail.
Well, we hope so.
Buried in the mountains somewhere.
Yes. Probably.
And Kasoth. Nope, don't know him.
Kasoth? Sooth.
Your
Yeah,
blue
he's a bad
dragonborn friend.
He's a bad dude, man.
So bad I tried to kill him.
Well, it sounds like he's evil and needs a good whooping to see the errors of his ways. Not too old to put him over my knee. Any of you over my knee, for that sake.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
So you trade tales with Bashir into the evening. Is there anything you want to ask him?
if he has any advice for us. Kind of winging it here, folks.
Well,
Don't
I
go
thought-
north. Don't go into Tsar.
We must.
since the other person had told us to ask Bashir about what happened to the people, I'd like to ask him his version of what he thinks happened to the people here.
Oh, when you bring up that, he gets very somber. It's almost as if the room darkens around him. And it's like, where you can just look at him and you can hear the battle raging off, echoing in the distance. Like this guy's seen some shit. Oh. That was against the war against Orcus of this kind. The Bloodstone Wars. That was when I first met Miri for the first time. I was just a soldier like many of us who found work for the so-called Army of Light against the forces of Orcus and his undead. We fought the Valley of Bloodstone right downtown to the throne of Bloodstone. And then when we had defeated as one, victorious, a great crusade, Miri herself came from the heavens, blessed each and every one of us. I felt the fire of her inside our hearts as many of us did. We marched as one towards that gate. Oh, we lost so many good men and women. But there it was, the gates of Tsar. Our mightiest siege undead, we threw against it. And then, charging in, holy and bright, assured of our righteousness. Gone. Gone. Every man, woman, and child. Gone. Just empty. It's a haunted emptiness. No sound. Not even an insect. Spent days searching for clues. Foul-filled towers. Nothing. As if Orcus had gobbled them all up and taken them away. Some say they were taken to the Forest of Hope to regroup. Others say they wait and slumber for Tsar to reawaken. Who knows? Who knows? Great, learned men have gone into Tsar to try and find out. One even came out. Here, there's people there now. We have very little to do with them. Elves, skin as dark as night. But not the night elves. They've claimed Tsar now, but we rarely have dealings with them. And I would not go on back into that place. Found 100 good dwarves behind me. Who knows what terrors still hide in there? As 1,000 people suddenly vanished. It's more magic than I've ever seen. Oh, it's a horrible place. But you hadn't brought it up last night. Another drink.
Well, I'm sorry to make you recall such painful memories.
What's an Orcus?
A what?
You said that was an Orcus. What was that?
Orcus. What is that?
Yeah.
Who is that, Jimmy? Orcus. The most foul, evil, despicable, all the demon lords. The demon lord of the undead, the lord of terror, Diablo himself. Orcus. The bringer of death. Rock god of hell.
All right.
Goat-headed demon. Oh, don't be mentioning his name. He might put his eye upon you. Says a prayer.
Well, I have a feeling we're going to be tangled with this minion soon.
I'm sorry, what?
I have a feeling we will be tangling with this minions.
But, I hope you don't. I mean, maybe you've got more spite about you than I can tell, but it doesn't look to me like you're ready to take on a demon yet.
No,
And hopefully you never have to.
Just a gut feeling.
The evening progresses. Share more stories with him. Anything else you want to ask him?
Not me.
I mean, if he's not from this world, where's he from?
What world?
He said he wasn't from this world. Where is he from?
Oh, name his world. I forgot.
Tyr is their god. Isn't it the world of Dragonlance? Or one of those.
God. Oh, he's from a land called Sigmar.
Oh, Sigmar. He used Tyr, so that's where I got confused.
He came here from a world called Sigmar, where they had technology and magic.
Very interesting.
They built a great flying machine. They've taken it out for its mighty first voyage. They referred to it as the Stone Temple, and they were its pilots. And then somehow they ended up here.
Mysterious fog bank?
A storm. Then we're here.
A storm in space?
No, it wasn't a spelljammer. It was just a flying vehicle, the first of its kind. The largest we'd ever built. A whole entire tribe of dwarves setting out for lands unseen. And we found it. We just can't go back.
As no. But the fates have probably brought us all.
Fates, gods, bad luck. I know Miri has plans for all of us, and I give my faith to her. Blessed be Miri. Lost but not forgotten. Blessed be the Tyr, the even-handed.
Ah, the symbol of the scales.
Yes. Tyr, the even-handed. God of justice. And his sister Miri, goddess of kindness, compassion, protector of children.
Drink to all that.
Good. The evening settles in. People enter the bar, leave the bar. Nobody you recognize. Eventually, the skeleton rings a bell, and the company yells, "Closing time! Drinks on Fred!" Everybody takes their last drink, and then he stumbles out. I was going to tell you about the time, and there's a Pete in his pants. He stumbles back to the fort. There's 40 of them if there was a man. I love you. Put a snake in his boot. That's what he deserved. The uppity priest. And you spend the night. In the morning, you're fed a breakfast of eggs and steak and honey cakes and butterbeer. More food than you can eat, fruit, drinks, coffee, as if they've just been, they've got way more food than they know what to do with. So they're happy to make a gigantic breakfast for you. Because again, you get the feeling you're the first people they've seen in a long time.
I'll ask if they got any like Tylenol or aspirin.
whiskey?
You're saying you're. Oh, are you wounded?
My head is.
Come here, boy. I'll give you something to put hair on your chest. And he just kind of touches you, and you feel this warmth spread from his hands to you. This calm, cool, loving, forgiving embrace of just reminds you of being held by your mother. And just for a second, you almost start just remembering everything that you're missing. It kind of really hurts a little. But then suddenly your hangover's gone. Disease, poison, and hangovers.
Nice.
One of the many gifts Mary blesses her faithful. You notice also sitting at the table are the two soldiers, though they're dressed differently. But they're just gobbling up the food. They each have like huge backpacks behind them filled with gear, like they've accepted Merrick's offer. Well, their friends still are refusing, but I'll give them another couple hours. But these two have agreed to my rules and are setting up a little home in Hectate H27. Is that the flooded one? No. Okay, you'll be fine. That's not the flooded one. If it is flooded, just come back and I'm sure Bashir will work something out for you. German. Yes, German. Yes, I know you're great. He's a tear. See? It's much better to make friends out of enemies than kill them. Two young gentlemen willing to work my fields, tend to my crops, make Tsar a worthy place to live again. Perhaps someday we'll even have children. I miss the laughter of children. You miss sex, you do. Shut up, you. He throws a muffin at him. They swear that woman just needs to get laid. She throws another mushroom at him. Well, we've appreciated you having here. You're welcome to stay as long as you want, but of course, if you need to go.
Yeah.
And if you ever reconsider, my offer is always open. I'm sure I could find work for each and every one of you.
I'm sure when our work is done, we'll pass back this way.
Yes. Thank you. Appreciate the hospitality.
Indeed. Let's start up old Betsy and get on the road.
Yes. Have we acquired some more gas fuel?
Oh, yeah. The Jeep looks like it's received some minor repairs. All the tires have been replaced. Your jerry can is filled with gas. The gas tank says full.
Wow.
And he even threw an extra jerry tank. So you now have two.
Wow.
Excellent.
If you remember the map, you are here at the crossroads.
Yeah.
And you want to go here.
Stoneheart Mountains.
What are those tree-looking things on the map?
Are you asking her?
Yeah.
She looks at you and goes, trees.
Okay.
Are they giant trees?
There's I don't know if you have them in your world, but there's some druids who are trying to reclaim the boiling lands. A little crazy for my taste, but occasionally they do manage to reclaim a bit of it, so they have some deal with the Sarasak. I don't know what it is, but dragon seems to leave them alone.
Think we should use them as markers?
I think
cut
so.
diagonally?
I think so.
Well, if I can't talk you out of it, and if you've got supplies, then I would say try and stick to following the trees. There are some roads out there. Travel during the day, and if something looks suspicious, it probably is. And just remember, everything out there wants to eat you.
Yay. All right, thanks, man.
What way we got here? He was trying to kill us.
And with that, you bid goodbye to Fort Bell and a good almost 2 hours of roleplay. You start have a little better sense of the world, at least one part of the world, and you start driving away. Where are you going to? The first tree?
Yep.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, the train.
I'll pick us out a suitable traveling music on our 8-track player. Pop it in.
Moving right along.
Country roads take me home.
Okay,
We don't belong.
who's driving?
Probably a captain, I assume. Probably.
Yeah,
say.
I'll start today with the drive.
What?
I'll start driving. I'll drive for 2 hours, and then I'll eventually get everybody accustomed to driving.
That's smart.
All right, so Kat, you're driving the first 2 hours?
I'll drive the first 2 hours and then end up just like the line of PCs at the bottom of the screen. David the Gnome and Jen the Gnome, followed up by Cal and Nurse Honey. She can.
Oh, yes. Nurse Honey is like, oh, religion, we get such a big talk about faith, and oh my God, Jesus and tears are the same, but they're not. So she's very excited and smitten. She might have a crush. I don't know what a paladin is, but I went to meet one. Hits you with her ruler. But you head off to the first tree. All right, make your driving check. Excuse me for a minute. I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I'm gonna go check the mail real quick.
What song did you find for us?
I don't remember what on these notes. I don't have the total list. We have the John Denver greatest hits.
Sorry about that. So
Can't
the
remember
John
what the other
Denver
one-
cassette track is playing. Time to take it home. To arrive at the first tree. There seems to be some kind of trench here. Bits of a log wall, stand almost 20 feet tall around the tree. In the center is this gigantic redwood coming out of this bubbling mud. I guess it looks sort of safe. This bubbling morose.
We'll stay away from the mud.
unfortunately, the boiling lands for the reason. This whole thing is just mostly bubbling, boiling swamp. I mean, there are roads, especially what looks like somebody tried to build roads more than once. Ruins a once great empire that is now sunk into the mud. Some places the mud is 4 feet deep, if not deeper. You don't really see anything moving about other than, of course, insects, and standing on top of the mud, various birds who, occasionally poke their head in and pull out a frog or something. But other than that, this first tree looks relatively like a tree, a very giant tree, like a ruins of a 20-foot tall wooden wall around it.
We're going to travel 10 hours a day and then camp.
All right, so 10 hours. That tree to
2
this
hours
tree.
for each player, each driver.
All right, so 10 hours from here get you, to the second tree. Who's driving the next 2 hours?
David.
David, make a D20 roll. Make a driving check to avoid wandering monsters.
16.
You are fine. 2 hours pass. You've got this driving thing down. Moving right along. 4 hours. Who's driving the next one?
Me.
All right, make your driving check. D20 plus dexterity plus any vehicle type related skill or navigation or whatever you feel is appropriate.
Well, I have been driving before.
Yes.
So, D20 plus Dex.
Yes. Dex for driving, and then if you have a skill that you want to add.
I have a navigation.
Yeah, okay. So D20 plus Dex modifier plus your ranks in navigation.
16.
You're fine. Moving right along. Third batch, 246. Who's driving the next 2 hours?
44.
All right, driving check 44. D20 plus Dex mod plus your level because it's a level skill plus your driving skill if you have one.
Well, I've driven before. Let's see. What have I got here? Ride, search, survival.
Sure, you can add survival.
All right. Okay. So, Jesus. 15.
You're fine. Moving. Hour 2, hour 4, hour 6, hour 8. Who's driving for hour 8?
Honey.
Oh, Jesus, take the wheel. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, she drives better than all of you.
Because Jesus is her co-pilot.
Yeah, Jesus is apparently her co-pilot. She rolled a 19. And the last batch of 2 hours, 4, 6, 8, 10.
I guess that's me because I'm the only one left.
We could let the lion try and drive.
Yeah, I don't think so. 17.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, and all the while, the lion's telling you, and then I chased the mouse, and then there was another mouse, and then there was some dead mice, and then, oh my god, that castle. Can we go back to the castle? There was so much heat in the castle there.
Maybe.
All right, you arrive at the second tree.
Oh, we made it to the second tree. Okay. Wow.
We set up our
There is
tents.
a huge trench here. The ground is bubbling and bursting and popping. There seems to be the ruins of an old tower crumbling around it. Growing out of the center of the ruins of the tower is another gigantic monolith of a redwood, like hundreds of feet tall kind of thing. There does seem to be some creatures moving around here. They look like bipedal lizard-like creatures with anteater-like noses.
What? So we all see them. What are those?
Local lizards.
Yeah. So if somebody mashed together a Komodo dragon and an anteater, you would have one of these.
And they're roughly Komodo dragon size, I assume.
There are 3 of them. They're about Komodo dragon size. They are flopping around in the mud around the tower/tree. Occasionally, they're long proboscis that go into the mud and come out. Sometimes there's like a frog or a fish of some kind. They haven't seemed to notice you yet. The noise of your Jeep might get their attention.
Well, I think we probably want to avoid them. We should scan to see if we're being followed too, every so often.
Okay, you can do that now.
Sure.
You don't appear. There doesn't appear to be anybody following you. A few of the birds have taken interest in you and are following along in the wake of your Jeep. As you drive, you spit things up, and occasionally you spit up a frog or something, and they just swoop down. So, in the past 10 hours, a couple birds have learned that if they follow you, they get a free meal. So you've got a couple birds that are flopping around, following you. But other than that, nope, nothing more threatening than these large, ibises or whatever you want to call them, pelicans, etc. Swamp birds, big white birds with long beaks.
What birds?
I'm gonna make sure I tell Aslan to stay close. Don't roam too far.
But frogs, Dad, frogs.
Yeah,
Slimy,
frogs.
it's satisfying.
Just stay away from whatever those things are.
So this is where you wanted to camp because it is 10 hours. It's dark.
Mm-hmm.
The sun is setting over the boiling land.
Set up the tents, if possible.
Sure, make a survival check to see if you can find dry land.
Dirty 20.
All right, you are able to set up a camp. The lizard anteaters watch you. As you set up the camp, start taking things out. They start, as creatures that are prone to do. They crawl up. They watch you. They back away. Then maybe the larger of the 3 crawls up, and it's like if you put something down and you turn your back, when you turn your back to it, it's nosing around in what you put down. But they don't seem to be afraid of you. So either they've never encountered people before, or they don't think you're a threat. So you're sitting up at the camp, you put down like a backpack or whatever. One of them starts nosing around in the backpack, his long little tongue darting in and out of the backpack. But all that's in the backpack are ropes and spikes and camping things, so nothing in there that it can eat. So it just moves along. Not really interested in you. Appear to be too large to eat. They will sniff you if you let them get close enough.
No.
Mm-mm.
Shoo. Get out of here.
How do you shoo it away?
With a hand gesture, maybe a stick, but not. I'm not going to hit it or nothing. I'm just
Okay.
like, dude, get away.
It looks at you and it flicks its tongue out at you and kind of hisses, like how a Komodo dragon hisses. It moves back and it's kind of eyeing you suspiciously. But they're not going away.
Right back at it.
Stare right back at it.
My eyes on him.
All right, you stare at it, you blink, it's gone. It's behind you. Sniffing lion. Dad, can I eat this?
I don't think so. You just did.
So these lizards are fast.
I'm sorry, what?
These lizards are fast. They move
They
quickly.
can peek.
If you weren't really paying attention because you were setting up the tent, but we did see that David was yelling at one, and then he got in a staring contest with one, and then it just seemed to disappear.
Yep.
And reappear behind him. Blink
So
out of
blink lizards.
existence and blink back in.
And they don't really have a big mouth. They just have a big, long proboscis thing.
Komodo dragon meshed with anteater is the best way to translate how it's written. You know, it gets much larger, as always with monster descriptions, you know. 20 words where one word would do. Komodo dragon and anteater mashed together. Basically what it says. If I
So
cut through all the other stuff.
These are some kind of like licking lizards.
Yes, Lincoln lizards. That's a good name for it.
Say that 5 times.
Lincoln
lizard.
I'm gonna write that down. You just entered the monster name. That will now be known what they're known as. All right, your name is no longer what it says in the module. You're now a Blinkin' Lickin' Lizard. Congratulations. You named your first monster.
Do they? Well, they're not being aggressive, right? They can't eat us, right?
Not yet. They're a little weary of you because you definitely challenged them, but you are all apparently too big for them to eat. So unless you offer them food, they will scuttle around you, but they don't really get too close to you. They're not afraid of you. If you get near them, they back away. Occasionally, if you get too near, they pull their little disappearing act. But apparently, this is theirs, but they'll let you stay, is the general vibe. You know, archery, but sure, you can stay.
We'll eat them. Yet.
But as it gets dark, they burrow into the ground, the swamp, and just sort of kind of disappear.
Yeah.
And then it just gets darker, and night falls fast, and the temperature drops like 40 degrees. You can just smell the sulfur of the swamp and hear all the creatures that are howling out there. Some of them do not sound very friendly. Yips, howls, and moans.
How do we want to do the order of watch?
Probably no. I think we should always have 2 people.
I think so too.
Paranoid.
We could get approached by something rather dangerous out here, I believe. We've already been warned. And we've already dealt with danger. Holy crap. And if the undead happen to find us, and it's a swarm of them, that could be amazingly dangerous.
Who can see in the dark or at night?
Jen can.
I can.
Gal can because he's a robot.
44.
But the YouTube humans can't. Well,
So
you
I can be on one watch and 44 can be on the other watch.
you can see through the lion's eyes, so you can also see in the dark. David.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll go first. I'll stay up and go first so I can keep an eye on these lizards.
All right. How long are you gonna rest? How long are you gonna watch?
Probably like 2, maybe 3 hours, depending.
All right. That's one check.
But
Wandering Monster on the very first watch.
You're able to see in the dark.
I'll let you be responsible for your fate. David, roll a d12.
Of course. Always make.
2.
2? 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Appropriate music plays. Dun,
All
dun,
right.
dun.
So as you are watching, it starts getting very foggy, like I-5 Tilly fog. Like this fog just rolls in quick, and as with really, really thick fog, there's just no noise once you're inside the fog. Can't see more than an inch in front of your face. It's cold, it's damp, and it's got a foul smell to it. It smells old and rotten and unhealthy. And you all need to make Constitution save throws.
Me and my swamp gas. Constitutional. Yeah. This one.
So
Let's go.
15.
All right, Captain Rogers, Constitution saving throw, please.
12.
We had,
12, huh?
we had our level or no?
It's D20 plus Constitution mod, and since you're a fighter, you would add your level, yes,
Oh, okay.
because
All
it
right.
is one of your primary stats.
Okay.
So 12,
Did that.
Captain Rogers?
I did that and I got a 12.
All right, 12. Unfortunately, you are affected. Saving throw, David the Gnome.
Pardon?
I got a 15.
A 15?
Yeah.
You are not affected. Jen the Elf.
11.
Oh, I'm afraid you're affected. And 44.
Non-natural 20.
You are not affected.
And what about honey?
Honey's not affected. My character's not here. All right. Those of you who are affected, I need you to be responsible for your own fate. So you can find the table. Because I'm mean and let you choose how the horrible thing happens to you. Captain Rogers, roll a d6.
Dun, dun.
5.
5?
Yep.
Captain Rogers, roll a d6.
Jeez. 2.
Okay. Jen the Elf.
1.
Roll a d6.
2.
2?
2.
Okay, this fog rolls in. Some of you are sleeping, some of you are awake. It just settles on you like a wet blanket. It just stays there for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and then the breeze kicks up and it just starts growing away. Everywhere that the fog touched, you notice things are different. Like one side of the tent is covered with mushrooms, but the other side isn't. Some of the ground is now dry. There's like a patch of daisies growing where there wasn't one before. You see one of the swampy living things, but it looks like it's been turned inside out.
Ew.
Captain Rogers, you feel this thick, goopy feeling on your face.
I try to wipe it away.
As you're feeling around your face, you notice something about your face that's changed. As if certain features are gone. And as whoever else is awake looks at him in the whatever you're using for a light source. He doesn't have eyes anymore.
Ah!
There's just flesh is filled in the spot where the eyes are, and they're gone.
That's disgusting and disturbing.
Your eyes are gone. You can still see, you just don't have eyes.
Weird.
Yeah, since I was the one on watch, I'd probably, if he looks over at me, I'd probably be just like pointing at him, like,
Oh, I forgot to roll for your lion. Roll your lion's constitution saving throw. D20 plus your constitution mod.
I'll use mine. 1. 16 also.
Oh, he's fine. Yeah, look at this mouse. It's got 2 heads.
I don't know if you beat that one. I'll start walking towards Captain Landis and kind of like doing the wave my hand in front of his face.
You remember all those birds that were following you? They all are now just standing by Jen. And then
By
like
me?
another bird comes flying in and lands on the ground by Jen.
Captain, are you okay?
And like an owl comes flying in and lands.
Your eyes
on the
are gone.
And as you're just standing there, you notice more and more birds are just flying or walking around, and it's all sort of just within 10 feet of Jen.
I don't know, David. I feel okay, but
That's what your
something's
first
wrong.
veins going.
That isn't normal either, those birds. You don't have any eyes. That's weird.
I'm gonna see if I can, like, can I hear the birds' thoughts? Can I communicate with the birds in my thoughts?
Not unless you're using your like shamany power reading.
No.
But no,
No, I'm not.
they just seem to be attracted to you more so than usual. Like really attracted to you.
I'll take some of the honey cakes that I stole from breakfast, wrapped up, and I'll feed little pieces to them.
Oh, they gobble it up and look at you. Mine.
I mean,
So yeah, like when in the time it takes you to have the conversation about his eyes, there's now like 15 birds. They're just all around Jen, like a warped Disney princess. You can't communicate with them or control them, but you are in the vein of attracts birds, which means stealth is going to be very difficult.
yeah.
Because birds make noise.
Impossible.
And your major disadvantage, of course, is that people are going to be afraid of you because you have no eyes. That might
Yeah,
make
but I've got
social,
sunglasses.
that might make social encounters difficult.
I'm gonna look over at 44. Did something happen to him?
No, he's fine.
And then I'm gonna ask, you seem all right, 44. Am I okay?
So
And I'll be like, are you seeing this too? No eyes, bird. Wait, I'll try to pinch myself if I'm sleeping.
his
No,
eyes
I mean,
missing. This is most distressing.
Yeah.
Being surrounded by birds.
I mean, he seems fine. He's not acting like he can't see. He's just his eyes are gone, and the depression where the eyes used to be is gone. It's now just flat.
That's creepy.
Kind of looks like the Question or Rorschach. Still got a nose, still got a mouth, still got ears, but just flat, featureless where the eyes used to be. Eyebrows gone, eyelashes gone. As veins go, that's not that bad. Who gets the next watch?
I will.
How long are you watching for?
Me and my birds.
You and your bird. Yeah, it'll be very hard to sneak up on you, though. Also, for me.
That's true. They'll warn me, I hope.
Yes.
3 hours, I guess.
So we're still one check. your 3 hours go by, well, not uneventfully, because you've got a small flock of birds follow you everywhere you go and are constantly in your way, underfoot, in your hair, hooting and hollering and quacking and squawking and making the noises of a dozen birds. But other than that, yep. So 5 hours in. So if you went to bed around 8, it was around 1, you think, according to the clock on the radio and the Jeep and on the clock and David's phone. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, 44 takes the watch, I suppose.
How long do you watch? Till dawn?
Dawn.
All right.
I will.
So that's like it's 1 o'clock now. So about 3 more hours till dawn. So that was 1 more check, and those 3 hours are as uneventful as it can be, considering you're surrounded by a flock of birds. And as the sun starts to get up, more and more birds show. As if they told their friends.
I was gonna say, since my phone still seems to have some kind of magic internet, I probably would have been looking on WebMD for no eyes. Attracts birds. Just
How to repel birds.
So which one are you Which one are you looking up on WebMD?
The eyes.
No eyes? You
Yeah.
go to WebMD, which comes up. It doesn't say WebMD, it says Waffle MD.
Waffle.
And you get the following. Anophthalmia is a medical term for the absence of one or both eyes. Both the globes and the ocular tissues are missing from the orbit and have been replaced with waffles. The absence of the eyes will cause small morning orbits, structural motional sockets, short eyelids, reduced labial fissures, and malar prominences. Genetic mutations, chromosomal anomalies, and penetrant environment can all cause anophthalmia. Anophthalmia is really extremely rare disease, is mostly rooted in genetic anomalies. It can also be associated with other symptoms due to the lack of waffles.
Does it say anything about a cure? You might need a Star Trek visor. Jordy.
Suggested cures include prosthetic eye, cosmetic surgery, epidemiology, or eating more waffles.
I'll bring up this fun fact in the morning.
It is the
Did
morning.
we bring any waffles with us?
You probably have flour and sugar and salt. You could make griddle cakes.
But no waffle iron.
No waffle iron.
Wait, don't we have we do have that what is it, that trunk, a box of tricks.
Yes.
I'll be like, hold on, I'll get a box of tricks and kind of like touch onto it and be like, waffle iron, appear, and then open it up and see if it makes one.
You open up the box of tricks. It's dark inside. Can't see anything in it.
I'll reach in.
At the bottom is 3 little balls of fur, just like before. Pull out a ball of fur.
Yeah.
Roll a D8.
No. A 4.
As you pull it out, the second your hand exits the perimeter, the ball of fur doubles in size again, doubles in size the third time. You feel a whoosh of fresh air around your body, and now, strangely enough, there's a warthog. The lion looks at the warthog, and the warthog looks at the lion, The lion looks at the warthog, and the warthog looks at the lion. And they start going, Hakuna, Tada, Hakuna, Tada, Hakuna, Tada, Hakuna. It means no worries.
God, Disney.
All the things you could pull, warthog. Also, he is now dressed as a farmer. He's got a little farmer hat on.
Oh,
Right.
David is? Yeah.
He's got suspenders. He's got a plaid shirt.
Oh no, it's got a plaid.
Got a corncob pipe.
What the heck?
And the lion and the warthog are walking around in circles, prancing around. And in David's head, he can hear the lion going, "It means no worries for the rest of your day. It's our problem free." So yeah, warthog. All the things you can get, you get warthog.
Apparently, this doesn't summon waffle irons. I will close the box.
Okay. You get the feeling, or that Timon and Pumbaa will stick around for at least an hour, or until you tell it to do something. Then at the end of the hour, it just will go back to wherever it came from. But right now, it's just playing with the lion.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Sorry you couldn't get a waffle iron.
Well, you still got 2 more poles.
I'm not that into gambling. It could always be worse.
True.
Should I go for a meerkat?
You don't know what you pull out. If you pull it out, you roll on the table.
All right. Anyways, I'll reiterate waffle iron as I try to change my clothes back to what they were.
Okay.
And reiterate that waffles will cure your blind eye thing.
So you're reaching into the box again, thinking waffle iron.
No.
All right.
We need to get waffles at some point.
So where are you going now?
The
next tree?
The next tree.
Well, yeah, but yeah.
Well, that looks like about another day's travel. Same order of driving?
Yes.
Sure, I'll go
Okay.
first.
Roll your same as up before. Roll your driving check.
3 plus 3. I rolled a natural 20, and I have driving as a skill for 23.
Oh well, then yes, you drive like a banshee. You can ignore the next roll. Whoever's driving next.
Would be
Who's
me. I
driving
think.
next?
Jen.
All right, you don't have to roll.
Yay!
All right, driving next.
44.
All right, 44. Make your driving check.
Okay, so it's 4. Right? I think. 15.
You're fine. Nurse Honey, roll your driving check. Oh, Jesus, Jesus. Ooh. Apparently Jesus is off doing something else. Who wants to roll a 12 for Nurse Honey?
I will.
Okay.
Just gotta find my D12. It's not one I had out. 6.
All right. You are driving along, and Nurse Honey is driving along, and Nurse Honey, there's something weird about the patch of swamp you're about to drive through. Oh, I keep driving and Jesus, blah, 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 blah. So, as you drive through this patch of swamp, suddenly the Jeep just comes to a sudden halt, as if it hit something. Everybody needs to make a dex check.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Is it plus our level 2 for Dex?
12.
Okay. You got
7.
12. Cal?
At least 16. Was it level 2 or just plus 1?
That's Dex is not a class skill for you, so
16.
okay, you're fine. Captain Rogers,
12.
you're fine. David,
7.
oh, and Jen, you got a 12.
No, I got an 8.
Okay, and Lion.
3.
All right, if you rolled above 10, you're fine. You don't get thrown out of the Jeep with the sun and stay. Stop. If you rolled below 10, you get thrown out of the Jeep. And take all right, David, you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ah.
Jen, you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Lion, you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage. Oh, yeah. Warthog is gone. The Jeep has come to a sudden halt, almost as if like hit something incredibly sticky or a magic wall or something. Jen and Dave and the Lion are thrown out of the Jeep by the impact, land in the swamp, and as they do, you two feel as if the swamp is starting to climb up your body. And as you look, you can see the swamp is slowly climbing up the sides of the Jeep, like almost like a goopy slime creature.
Reverse.
Who is doing reverse?
I'm telling because Nurse Honey.
Ellen Honey too.
Reverse. I jump out of the Jeep to go save
All right. Honey tries to put it in reverse.
David.
She can't seem to get it. It's grinding. Probably needs to roll initiative. Good, you made it almost a whole night without
I rolled a 21.
Captain Rogers?
9.
17.
David?
3.
Cal, 44?
44. 9.
No.
Fucking Nazi.
Jen, in the slime. What do you do? 21.
It's climbing up on me?
Yes, as you're laying there in the mud is climbing up you much the way mud shouldn't.
Geez, I don't even know. I guess I'm gonna can I see, are there rocks here? Or...
Oh yeah. It's swamp, there's rocks, there's trees, there's bushes, there's chunks of buildings.
I'm gonna try to cast Magic Stone and throw it at the base of the slime, like down by my feet.
Magic Stone, Magic Rock, Magic Potato.
Yes.
All right. Cast your spell. Roll a D20. Add your Wisdom modifier. Add your level.
$18.
Oh, you're fine. 3 potatoes jump out of your bag and obey your commands and fly at the line below you. Please roll to hit with potato 1, 2, and 3. Weird sentence.
16 for the first one.
That's a hit.
22 for the second one.
Oh my god, definitely a hit.
And 11 for the third one.
That's also a hit. These slime are incredibly easy to hit. All right, roll your damage. I believe
What
it's a
is
D6.
D6?
Okay. I thought I sent you it, but no.
You did, but I...
When in doubt, it's a D6.
Okay, so that is 8 points of damage total.
8 points of bludgeoning to my slime. No, not bludgeoning. We're vulnerable to bludgeoning. All right.
And then at the same time, I'm trying to pick my feet up out of it.
Okay. Roll a strength check of 8 or better.
Eek. Nope.
Ah,
That's a 0.
I stuck in a fly trap.
I get a -2, so that's a 0.
Oh, wow. Wow, you actually make it worse. Captain Rogers in the Jeep.
I'm looking
The
for a
slump-
road flare.
A what?
A road flare.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Activate it
Uh-huh.
and use it to ward the thing off, the slime.
All right, yeah. Anywhere the slime backs away from wherever you touch it with the fire, but the minute you move it, it tries to go back. Are you actually trying to hit it, or just?
Oh yeah. I'll definitely let it know.
All right. Roll a melee attack. D20 plus strength modifier plus level. Armor class 8.
18.
All right. Roll 2d4.
Hold on a second. 4 and 2, 6. Total of 6.
It almost makes like a squeaking noise, like a high-pitched squeaking noise, and it just moves, climbs away, much the way much shouldn't from where you touch it with the thing. It seems to really not like fire.
How to feel it?
All right, next up is my slime. I get to slime some people. Who was in the ground? Jen and Dave.
And Aslan.
And Aslan. All right. Armor class 12. Dave.
Yeah, I only have 11.
All right. Armor class 7. Aslan. His armor class is 10.
This guy who gave me says he has armor class 12.
Oh, 12 then. Okay.
Aslan, yeah.
Armor class 3. Jen.
I have an AC 13.
All right. David the gnome, you take 6 points of acid damage as the slime starts burning away your flesh. In the car, Captain Rogers, armor class 13.
14.
Cal 34. Ooh, armor class 20. Cal takes 1 whole point of acid damage. 10, 12, at 9, it's Cal 44.
Yes.
You were in the car. Slime is trying to eat the car.
I will shoot the slime with my pistol. My laser pistol.
Your laser pistol or your regular pistol?
Laser pistol.
All right.
Why not? Let's see if that affects it first off. Okay. What have I got? What do I have? Plus level.
D20 plus dex mod plus level.
Yeah. Okay.
Plus firearms.
I got 23.
Well, then you hit my armor class with 8.
Oh, jeez.
Roll double damage.
44.
Yeah, it wasn't a nat 20, but it was a 19. If that makes
Okay.
any difference. So yeah, I'll go double damage. Sure.
Yeah.
So
I'm vulnerable to fire.
die 8 plus. Oh, good.
2d8 plus nothing.
Okay.
Or whatever. No, which one are you using? The
My
hand up, the sidearm or the built-in?
laser pistol. It's D8.
So 2d8. Yeah.
Wow, 15 damage. Wow.
Oh, well. You burn a hole through my swamp slime, and it stops moving. It stops trying to slime you. You think you killed the mud? It's kind of hard to to wrap your head around it, but yeah, you're pretty sure that you killed the mud.
As long as it's not trying to around my friends.
You showed that mud. That was what? Oh, well, you're safe, and by then you're safely reached the final tree. Well, the second to last tree.
Yay!
And that is where we will end the evening.
I will basically hobble over to the Jeep because I took a lot of damage.
Oh, no, Jesus, hold on. There's honey praise, and this wave of energy just comes off of her body. And 3 times 5. You're healed 15 points.
Wow.
Almost explode with health. I only have 13 hit points.
Well, then you feel supercharged.
That's my total. So.
Yeah, I bet Cal was expecting the Halloween adventure since he listened to me talk yesterday. But nope, I'm saving it, Cal. At least expect it. Do you guys want more combat, or are you happy with the way things are going?
Whatever's organic, dude.
Yeah, well, you just need to. Luckily, you seem to be avoiding combat by talking to people a lot. So.
Well, when Grandma's not here, we kind of instinctively go.
We've lost our holy crusade.
Yeah, if you're happy the way things are, then I'm happy that you continue. You know, there are planned combats, and then there are random combats. We've been lucky to avoid almost all the random.
Yeah, exploring and role-playing is fun too.
Yeah, well, it is basically a giant hex crawl. So
yeah,
that's the fun of hex crawls.
But all the thing is you're doing random generation if we do hit a bunch of these encounters. So it's luck, luck of the roll.
Yeah, random encounters is luck. Like with any hex crawl, there are and then there's always random. But the random is always you are responsible for your encounters. I don't roll wandering monsters. You guys do. You have no one to blame but yourself.
No, it's fine.
All right. I'm glad. I want you to feel like you have some power in your fate. Yes, my dice roll made it so we didn't get eaten this. Screw you, slime.
Yeah, we're just trying to extricate ourselves. I got lucky with the shot because we're like,
he does not have any treasure, but you get sneak peek with the
That's okay. We just got a truckload of gear.
Yeah, we got lucky already.
Well, yeah, and you chose to talk to the paladins instead of get all fighting with them, so they were, well, good. We're more than willing to help unless you piss us off.
Yep, considering.
And then we'll fight you for 13d8.
Considering the trailer and the Jeep went in the swamp, the guy helps pull it out like immediately. It's like, well, yeah, gee,
well,
they do.
There are paladins on the bridge, so they saw you were in need. Can't pass up. I'm a paladin. I can't pass up somebody in trouble.
Yeah, we got lucky. I mean, it's obviously lucky if we meet anybody that helps us most of the time.
Well, you're being very good about not trying to pick fights. Other players might be all like, I can take this guy, try and murder hobo with him or whatever. So, it just depends. Thankfully, you are being smart about your encounters with various NPCs. You don't know.
I think
you got the feeling they were all pretty experienced that they've been there that long.
Yeah, but it's obvious the paladins are very powerful.
Well, if they get high enough level, yeah.
For anybody took the time, I mean, considering your description as from the first one, it's like, oh, the first one.
Paladin, Alexandra and Eric are not paladins; they're just fighters.
Yeah, okay, but what I'm saying is, it's obvious if you take the time to look at them instead of just pick a fight.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a tough time with those
well, yeah. Plus, you were in their house. So, I mean, might have met them on the road. They'd be different. When they have the home field advantage, and,
Yeah, but it's good. We may have to go on Holy Crusade with them someday. Or do it with us. One or the
Oh
other.
yeah, they're always looking for a good man. Like she said, she'll gladly give you a partial of land. She's got plenty.
Partial what?
A partial of land.
Oh,
She did for the soldiers. Like she offered you.
oh
She's
no,
got,
yeah.
she's got an entire castle filled with an entire town's worth of supplies.
Well, we got our mission.
And
I think
nobody to give it to.
I think if we play our cards right, we might find where everybody went. And that would be
Sorry, what?
If we play our cards right, we might discover where everybody went to.
You could solve the mystery of Tsar. It means you'd have to go in there, but
Hey, I know this is like retroactive, but when I'm not driving, can I borrow David's phone and look up how to train birds?
sure.
How to make them so they'll listen to you?
All right, but no looking at my search history.
Okay.
Sure, you can look up how to train birds.
Or how to train wild birds.
Maybe they're just waiting for
How to get wild birds to trust you. From
maybe they-
Waffle Feeder Hub.
be waiting to pick your carcass clean, for all we know.
That might not be the kind of bird you want, though.
Yeah.
There's a link.
Nice.
You notice that, a lot of words are replaced with the word waffle. And it is not the internet, it is the waffle net. And
Right.
AI refers to itself as the WaffleBot 2000
Jeez.
Okay.
as you're prowling the waffle net. And in case referring to you as Carl,
Looking for
checking your search history, Carl. So perhaps eventually David will start trying to solve the mystery of his phone. Dangle that enough. But for now, that's where I will lead you through this week. The next game will be on the 19th.
Awesome. Good game, guys.
May or may not be the Halloween game. I'm not telling.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you
Thank
for playing.
Good fun.
A lot of fun.
As always, I'm always open to comments, criticism, things you want to see more of, less of. Please feel free to post in the Discord. I will let you all go for the evening.
Will do. Have a great weekend.
You too. Yes.
See you, everybody.
Any questions or anything before we go? Thank you, 3 people who watched us. We love you. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Links down below to all the people below us. I will see you all later, losers.
Tell them to go scream and fight, like a fight.